And we're back for part three. This part was much better than the other two parts that we have gotten because they have overhyped the fuck out of this reunion. They made it more than what it supposed, more than what we're seeing right now. But at the end of the day, we're at the part that really fucking matters. So let's just start it off with talking to the husbands or the ex-husbands or the baby daddies of the show, which is Todd, Bob, and Peter. We're gonna start off with the fact that with Bob and Sheree's situation, Bob seems pretty apologetic for what the fuck he did because he really didn't realize that he was on camera, and I can only imagine being in front of a camera all the time. You say a whole lot of bullshit. You forget that the cameras are even there, and then you have to think about all shit. We don't have no control over the editing process. We don't really know what's gonna go down. So at the end of the day, you got to be more mindful of what the hell you saying on camera. And you know what? I think that they are in a better spot at this point in time. You know what I'm saying? But all I can say is, oh shit. All I can say is, Sheree, at the end of the day, even though he has apologized to you for what he said and how he did it and how he played it, I don't think that you need to get in a relationship with him. I think that at this point, y'all just need to just focus on being friends. There's no need for y'all to be in a relationship. Y'all can still hang out, enjoy each other's company, and it's good to do that when you have kids, when you have children together. Like my mom and my dad, they had a rocky relationship for years. My dad left my mom when I was like 4 years old, and then we winded up in this abusive ass situation with my stepdaddy. So at the end of the day, years later, now that I'm 28 years old, they are now able to be cordial. They're able to be cool with each other now. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, just knowing from experience how it is, I do think that it's best that y'all just be friends. Y'all don't need to rekindle no old romance or nothing like that, because if it didn't work out the first time, it's probably not going to work out this time. And especially when abuse was involved, it's not going to work. So you might as well just leave well enough alone. And just like Peter said, if I was Bob's friend, I about would have punched his ass too. Because I don't have any girlfriends that have an abusive ass boyfriend or an abusive husband. But if they did, I swear to you, it would be a lot that would have been done and a lot that would have been said. I'd never be the type of dude to come off like he Boosie badass. But I don't play that abuse shit because I've seen it all my life. So whenever I even hear about a person, a woman, dealing with domestic violence, I really get in my feelings about it, and it make me want to find a nigga that's doing it and whoop their motherfucking ass. That's just how I feel about it. So yeah, I'm glad that Sheree and Bob, they have come to terms with the situation, and Bob has apologized to Sheree, so I'm happy about that. But they don't need to be in a relationship. It's really not, it's really not worth them being in no relationship. They don't need to be in one. Okay. So then we talked to Cynthia and Peter about their divorce. Now, although I hated Cynthia and Peter, I for years I've hated Cynthia. For years I didn't like Petra. But at the end of the day, shout out to Kevin and Mikhail for that, Petra. But as far as I'm concerned, it is kind of sad to see them go their separate ways. Ever since they've been on the show, they've been together, they got married on the show, we followed their lives. It's like we've known these people for motherfucking years, and to see them divorced, it is pretty sad. But it is good to see that, Peter still has a relationship with Noelle. He has a new woman. Cynthia has started dating, you know what I'm saying? And Peter was like, he will always love Cynthia. And I do believe that he will always love Cynthia at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? He will always love Cynthia. They had a lot of years together. So that love don't go away that fast. And sometimes that love never goes away. Sometimes you just learn to deal with the fact that the shit don't work, and then you just move on with your life. And that's all you really can do in a situation like this. You know what I'm saying? So, but what was really funny to me is when Peter drunk ass was coming for Phaedra and Portia real motherfucking hard. And I know why he was coming for Phaedra and Portia, because those were the main two bitches that had a lot of shit to say about him being a damn cheater. And even though I did believe that he was out there cheating on Cynthia, and I do believe a lot of that shit that was being said about him. I mean, I don't fuck with Phaedra and Portia no more, but at the end of the day, I do believe it. But I do understand why he was coming for them, because, baby, he was coming for them hard. And I was enjoying every second of it, because he was like, why Todd's not here? Why Todd's not here? And then, you know, he even questioned Phaedra about her shit, and I was just dying laughing. And, you know, Peter is a bitch, but at the end of the day, with all the shit that Phaedra and Portia has done this whole motherfucking season, and you motherfucking bitches out there that's really been defending them and just doing the most for them like they ain't did nothing wrong, I just love any chance a person gets to drag their ass. I'm all for it. I'm all for it. Me with the S on my motherfucking chest. I'm all for it. I'm all for it. Because them bitches ain't been shit all season. So then we go into Sheree being the ball carrier. And honestly, as messy as Sheree is, I do feel like at the end of the day, she got a right to. If you friends with all these motherfuckers and they just talking about each other behind each other back, and you sitting up there and you hear all sides of the story, put that shit on the motherfucking table, bitch. Cause these bitches don't know how to say shit and then say it to a motherfucker face. The only thing they know how to do is do confessional shade. Phaedra, that's the main thing that bitch know how to do, is confessional shade with a fraud looking motherfucking ass. Like, that bitch is the biggest disappointment. I have never in my life seen nobody be as fake as that bitch. But one thing about Sheree, she messy, but she gonna keep it real about her messiness, and that's why I can't even be mad with her. That's just like with Carly Red on Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. For years I didn't like that bitch because she was messy. But one thing about it, the bitch knows she messy and she don't hide it. It's just up to you to tell that bitch your motherfucking business. And if you tell that bitch your motherfucking business, if you tell that bitch something about another bitch, you already know it's gonna go back to that other bitch, because she already gonna let you know she messy. You know what I'm saying? She messy. That's just what it is. If a bitch can own up to their shortcomings, whether them being messy or whether it is them being a motherfucking hoe or a bitch, if you can own up to your shortcomings, I can fuck with you. Bottom line, point blank, and the motherfucking period. That's just what it is. That's how I feel about that. So I ain't mad with Sheree. If it wasn't for her, none of this shit would not been jumped off. And that's why I just knew that everybody was going to come for Sheree because she was messy. But it seems to me like nobody really had a problem with it, because at the end of the day, at least you knew the tea was going to come the fuck out, instead of y'all watching it on TV and waiting to the reunion and have to confront a bitch. At least you knew that the tea was going to be revealed, because Sheree was sitting up there willing and motherfucking waiting to let you know what the fuck the deal was. And I can say that I can appreciate that myself. I can honestly say that. I can honestly say that shit. So, I ain't mad with Sheree. Bring her ass back next season. Let her collect all the KFC bones her motherfucking ass desires. Let her do this shit. I ain't gonna lie to you. I ain't got no problem with it. Shamia comes out. And honestly, y'all, I like Shamia. I've always liked Shamia. I like Shamia. I'm sorry, I'm looking at the time. I've always liked Shamia. I liked her when she first came on the show. The thing about this is, like, all of this friendship shit that's being aired out right now on this reunion, it just, y'all already know that it's hitting me. It's hitting so close to home for me right now. But it's just crazy to me. Like, Shamia and Portia were childhood friends, bruh. And for her to even, like, Phaedra, she's just so up under Phaedra's motherfucking spell that it don't make no sense. Like, is Phaedra eating your pussy that well for you to be under her fucking spell the way you have been? Like, for you to sit up there and betray. For you to betray Shamia like that. And allow somebody to sit up there and just spread rumors about her and doing all of that stuff when y'all supposed to be like this really, really irks me and really fucks with me. Real, real hard. Just due to the fact that Phaedra sat up there and lied on this girl saying that she was fucking Candy and all of that shit, and you just sit there and just agree with it, like, you know, they doing both. They doing both. You know, she close to both Candy and Ty. It's like you were agreeing with the shit. You wasn't just caught up in the tea, bitch. You sat there and you agreed with it. But you agreed with it because you thought that they wasn't gonna show that shit on TV. That goes to show you how fake a bitch is. Y'all thought y'all wasn't getting recorded. Y'all thought, okay, production is on lunch and we finna sit up here and say what the fuck we really want to say. And that just goes to show you how fake Phaedra ass really is. Because if they was on camera, she never would have said that. But for her to sit up there and make up that blank ass lie because she thought they was off camera lets me know that bitch been talking shit and been making up false accusations and making up lies about bitches off camera. It shows me that Candy's anger towards that bitch is fucking warranted. Okay? She ain't mad at that bitch for no motherfucking reason. She mad because that bitch been spreading rumors and saying lies and shit. Because that was a big example to me. If you can sit up there and say this shit about Shamia and Candy because you think there's no cameras around, ain't no telling what the fuck you said when the cameras wasn't around at all in the comfort of your own home. You a fraud, you a phony, you a fake ass bitch. You the messiest bitch on the motherfucking show. And I just don't understand how can't nobody see that. And I say that every motherfucking review because people will jump over the Mississippi River Bridge and drown to defend this bitch and her lies. And I'm over it. Fuck that bitch. I'm over that shit. The bitch is a lying ass bitch and she knows she a lying ass bitch. And I don't give a fuck who got a problem with me saying it. She's a fraud ass bitch. But she's a Southern belle. She's a Christian girl. She doesn't do ungodly things, but you do it though, bitch. You show that you do it. You have shown it from the time you came on the fucking show. And if I was Shamia, I wouldn't even fuck with Portia no more. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's one thing to have a falling out with a friend, but when you have a falling out with a friend in the fucking public, that's just not, that is just beyond me. When you have a falling out with a friend in the public eye, that's some shit that if it was in private quarters and shit like that, I would honestly be able, I just think that there's a difference between public fallouts and private fallouts. If you have a private falling out, it's easier to get past. But when you have a public ass falling out, it is not so easy to get fucking past at all. That's the worst shit that could ever happen. When you fall out with a friend in fucking public. You know what I'm saying? And for Portia to do that shit in the motherfucking public, it's fucked up. That's supposed to be your friend. You sitting up here talking about Candy and what the fuck she's doing to Phaedra, but look at what the fuck you did to Shamia. Like, you had no problem with throwing that bitch under the bus. No motherfucking problem. But yet you going in on Candy about telling the truth on Phaedra. So what the fuck? And as far as whether Portia and Phaedra's friendship is real or not, I do think it's real. I do think they have a genuine relationship. Because you know why I think they have a genuine relationship? Because they're both fake ass bitches. They're both messy ass bitches that like to make up lies and like to, perpetrate bullshit and make themselves out to be innocent. And they can throw the rock, hide their hand, and when the rock is thrown back at their ass and they missing a damn eye, they act like they the damn victim. Bitch, you threw the rock first. And you think ain't nobody throw no rock back at you? Bitch, you got me fucked up. Real talk. You really do. Honestly. Like, this shit is hitting home so motherfucking hard. That's probably why I'm just, you can see it in my face. Like, it's just really crazy to me how these bitches can sit up here and be so fake and phony, and then they act like when the shit comes out on the table, you know what I'm saying? They act like they ain't did nothing wrong, and you did. Like, Phaedra, you sat up there and said that these folks was fucking and they wasn't. Then you want to sit up here and generalize what the fuck you said. I didn't say she was a lesbian. Bitch, you did say it. I don't give a fuck how many monkey bars you try to climb on to try to tell what you really, to try to say certain shit. You did do that. That is what you said, bitch. That is what you said. You say one thing and you do another. And I can't stand bitches like that. I can't stand niggas like that. I can't stand people like that. Don't be in my face saying one thing and then behind my back you do another. Like, don't do that. That's just the definition of being phony to me. And I can't stand that shit. You need to be 100 with me. Be the same person in front of me that you are behind me. And that's all I'm saying. And I do feel like Portia has kind of replaced Shamia with Phaedra. I do believe that. You know what I'm saying? But it's really crazy how she just rides for this bitch. And then, honestly, y'all, I don't give a fuck what nobody say. Shamia was really going in on Phaedra the whole goddamn reunion. She called her auntie. She said she get a plastic surgery with motherfucking Groupons. And, she into fraud shit. And she had Phaedra ass hot. She had that bitch hot and fucking blazing. And when she kept calling her a fraud, Phaedra couldn't take that shit because she knows she a fucking fraud. She's a fraud ass bitch and she's a fraud looking bitch. That's what the fuck she is, and I'm not here for that bitch. Fuck Phaedra. And fuck anybody that want to come up here and try to defend her ass. Fuck her. So then we get into Lesbian Gate, the biggest storyline of the whole motherfucking season. At the end of the day, Portia, it's just funny to me now because I knew from the very motherfucking beginning where this shit came from. I knew it came from Phaedra. I just knew it did because that bitch is a malicious ass little bitch. She is. Anytime you try to film with Nene's sisters on camera, behind her back so you can get some tea, anytime you seek Marlo Hampton out to be on the motherfucking show so she can get at Nene, bitch, please. You been on some fraud shit. You been a fake bitch. You been a spiteful ass bitch. You been a conniving ass bitch. That's all you've ever been. You're a liar. And Portia is a liar. Not only is she a liar, she's a dumbass bitch. She ain't got no brain and she ain't got no mind of her own. You really gonna sit up here now? You want to say I don't want to kiss. I'm not attracted to you. It's not the fact that you're not attracted to Candy, bitch. It's the fact that you tried to shade her for getting with girls when you get wrong. How you gonna shade somebody for doing the same shit you do? That's all I'm saying. That's that hypocritical shit that I can't stand. How you gonna shade me for liking girls when you like girls? How you gonna shade me for eating pussy when you eat pussy? Like, that's just, how you gonna do that? That's contradicting as fuck to me. It really is. Like, honestly, it really is. But you know, it is what it is, though. Like, it's crazy to me how that bitch really does that. So it's just, I don't know. Like, all I gotta say is, like, these bitches really killed me on this motherfucking show. They do not know how to be friends, because if you are, like, it's just, like, if you're a real friend to somebody, you don't publicly trash them. You just don't do that. Like, if you got a problem with somebody that's your friend, you pull them to the side and you talk to them, or you call them, or you text them, or you do this. You don't publicly trash somebody that's supposed to be your friend. Like, I've never been with that. I'd never be with it. You know what I'm saying? I would never, ever do that. It's just wrong. I don't give a fuck if I don't fuck with a person or not. Like, if they were my friend, I'm not about to publicly trash their ass. I'm not gonna put their business out there. I'm not even finna lie on them. There's just not nothing that I can do. And to see these two bitches do that shit really killed me. And the fact that Phaedra didn't have nothing to say when Portia sat up there and said that she told her that Candy Tom wanted to drug her. That is the most malicious, conniving shit I've ever seen in my motherfucking life. But anyway, let's get to part 4, and I'm out of here. See y'all later. Peace.